Hi, I'm Colin Greenspon. I am the founder and managing partner at a venture capital fund called Narya. And what we try to do at Narya is we try to back founders solving the most acute problems that are out there through advances in science and technology. Yeah, so I'm here really because what we're trying to do is solve really big problems indirectly through venture capital. So really we give capital and strategic advice to founders that are not just thinking about the world in a 1 year time frame, but really thinking out sort of 5 to 10 years and trying to ascertain how we can use technology and or science to change the world for the better. And so I met Richard through mutual acquaintances and was excited about the overall mission and this sort of spirit of entrepreneurship and collaboration, not just with the private sector, but also getting the government involved for all sorts of things. And whether that's the U.S. government or other groups outside the U.S., it's all, I think, very important that we and our allies work together to solve these problems. Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting organizations out there that sort of are trying to build for the future and trying to solve with philanthropy and with other initiatives, with sweat equity, like really people working hard physically as well. But I think ultimately this is like about having the right network of people who not just are aligned, but people who actually really want to do the work and are all sort of interconnected, yet have have a myriad of disciplines. So you're not just all investors, you're not just all startup people. And so far, through the first part of today, I've been able to meet a lot of interesting folks that are on the public sector, the private sector, people building companies, people investing in companies, people that have family offices that want to help everyone, people from the US, people from Europe, people from other parts of the world. And so what I'm seeing is that it's not just about the spirit, but there's an intent to act and sort of do more in a way that's going to be useful. And that was sort of my intuition when I agreed to speak at this event. But seeing it firsthand in person has been really gratifying. I think the first thing is to really understand, try to be introspective on what you are good at and what you want to do. I think a lot of folks hear that someone's been successful in this sort of initiative or that sort of initiative, and then they sort of go and try to do it because they're going after success, but they don't think about what their strengths and weaknesses are that will allow them to get on that path of success. So I think that's one. I think the other is you really want to have mentors. You want to have folks whom you can trust and in whom you can confide and just really sort of think about an interesting future together and always have those people you can go back to. And I think the one in the sub point on the mentor thing is you can actually get really interesting mentors who are not, they might not be people people like my sense people always want to help. And so you're really impressed by someone, go out and talk to them, and maybe they'll want to impart wisdom on you, or maybe they'll want to start up a professional friendship. And that's like, I was always afraid to do that, and then I started doing it. I was amazed that people actually wanted to, were willing to work with me, and so I try to do that now too. I think the other is it's okay to be positive about the future. If you read whatever you read today, or you listen to podcasts, print media, digital media, whatever, it's mostly super negative. And as someone that invests in people building for the future, there is so much positivity out there, and not just sort of people cheerleading and this sort of rah-rah mentality without substance. There's real technology, there's real innovation, and we're using it to solve the biggest problems out there. And we're doing that through venture and private companies. We're doing it with the private and public sector coming together. We're doing it through humanitarian efforts. We're doing it through philanthropy. And so I think we're actually at this point where we're kind of, there's a lot of geopolitical tension, but we're also, as a society, and moving to a place where we're going to get through that, and the future actually looks brighter than people will tell you about if you're spending a lot of time.